President Trump might not like it, but there's another indicator in Washington that his political fortunes have shifted. And no amount of lawsuits and tweeting is likely to bring a halt to this change, as Cronkite News reporter Tina Giuliano tells us from our Washington bureau.
President Donald Trump had a good run, but it's time for him to move on and make room for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the gift shop.
It sold well. I mean, Trump was a high commodity.
Supporters could get the president's image on everything from pens to life-size cutouts to President Trump finger puppets. But now those puppets are moving down a shelf in gift shops across Washington, D.C., making room for the new administration's merch. Every time a new president gets elected, the old merchandise is cleared off the shelf, making room for the new.
When Trump became president, we was bombarded with his stuff. Now we're starting to get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris stuff in. So
shortly after November 3rd, even as ballots were still being counted, the president's sweatshirts, mugs, and posters were placed on clearance.
So far, I want to say a couple days after the prior president, everything went on sale. Some things were just completely half off because we had to get them out of the store.
As the Biden and Harris merchandise started to roll in.
And then after that, about a week and a half later, we started getting in more merch so that we have all of the t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, keychains, everything is now Biden-Harris.
Almost as much Harris as Biden, says Morse, who has been with the store for 15 years. He says there is an unusual number of mugs bearing the mug of the vice president-elect.
I mean, we've had other vice presidents, but not like her, where we got merchandise specifically made for her. You know, that's pretty rare.
Supporters are not the only ones snapping up swag. Some opponents do too.
There was more so like, oh, we're gonna get this hat and then write something on it, you know, to like for protests and stuff like that.
While protests don't hurt the business, coronavirus has, emptying what Morse says was once a crowded store.
We haven't been back to normal since March.
Back when Trump and his finger puppets were riding high,
they flew off. I would put it like that. They flew off the shelf pretty well.
In Washington, Tina Giuliano, Cronkite News.
Now, Trump merchandise may be moving off the shelves for now, but his name's not disappearing from Washington. There's the Trump National Golf Course in nearby Virginia and the Trump International Hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue, which the next president will parade past after his inauguration in January.